Hi, welcome to the BoshNRoll channel. I'm your host, Brian Koval. Before we get started, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. If you want to see me play your favorite deck or your spicy brew on the channel, I take donation deck lists. I'll do a deck tech, play a full Magic Online League, and help tune your list. If that sounds good, check out my contact info. It's in the video description below. Now let's go play some Magic. Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel. Today I'm playing Legacy, and this is yet another take on Elementals. This time, this is from Aaron in Sarasota. Aaron is 10 years old, probably my youngest fan, and already playing Legacy. So good for you, Aaron. You're headed places in life. I wish I was playing Legacy when I was 10. So Aaron's version of this deck, I guess for some history, about a month ago I played Ball Lightning Tribal on the channel. It was a 3-color deck, played all the Ball Lightnings in Magic. It was kind of a mess, but it was fun. About a week ago, I played 5-color elementals because somebody else messaged me and they were like, hey, that was cool, but I have a different take on it. And 5-color elementals, totally different deck. This one is another take on it from another person who messaged me. And they still have the Ball Lightnings. They have 2 of them. They gave up on Groundbreaker. Turns out it's really hard to play red, 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 and green, green, green cards in the same deck. But the Ball Lightnings are back. Actual Ball Lightning and Lightning Skelemental. 2 of the 3 are here. And this deck actually has a curve. This is basically a burn deck with a slight reanimator package. One of the big problems with my first take on Ball Lightning Tribal was that the curve started at 3. I was playing things like Birds of Paradise to try to jump the curve. This deck just actually has 1-drops in it, so Flamekin Harbinger and Spark Zealot. And then it's got Hellspark Elemental and Thunderkin Awakener on 2. And the cool thing about Spark Elemental is that a Thunderkin Awakener on 2 can actually bring something back. It's got Flicker Wisp as a generic catch-all removal to try to get your last few points through. And of course, the Ball Lightnings are here. And Unearth and Thunderkin Awakener can bring them back. Aether Vial also a pretty potent 1-drop. So I'm excited to give this a shot. After the first Ball Lightning video, a lot of people said, like, isn't this deck just Modern legal if you take out the dual lands? And the answer is yes, you could play this in Modern if you want. But the people who are submitting to the channel asked me to play Legacy, so that's what I'm doing. But other than the sideboard cards and the dual lands, everything in this deck is Modern legal if you want to try it out there. So let's see if we can deal 20 damage to our opponents before they can put up the walls. I'm on the play in the first round. This looks like a keep to me. Got myself an Aether Vial. I have a 1-drop, a 2-drop, and a 3-drop. My 2-drop is kind of fake because it doesn't do anything until you get something in the graveyard. Oh, we have another fan in the chat. So I'm gonna start on my Aether Vial, of course. So right now this looks like goblins, and Aaron's dad, who sent me the deck list, said that parts of it were based on goblins, like the mana base and a lot of the sideboard choices were based on a goblins deck, which makes a lot of sense because you are a red tribal deck. Other than that, obviously the differences are pretty significant, but this is going to be fun. You don't get to bluff it for very long, though. Like, as soon as I play Cavern on Elemental instead of Goblin, the jig is up. Alright, so Volcanic Island Preordain. Could be a combo deck, could be a Delver deck. Now I guess the question is, I think I just want to get a plateau and pass the turn. I'm playing around Stifle here. I don't really need to fetch basics, because if they want to waste one of these lands, then my caverns get to be protected. I didn't want to get in for one with my Thunderkin Awakener. My opponent is familiar with the channel, so they know there's a good chance they're getting memed, and they're right. So I didn't want to just attack for one with my Thunderkin Awakener and then just get it lightning bolted without any value. So I can jam my Ball Lightning this turn. Hopefully they tap out for something. Oh, is this Grixis control? Oh, we're just dead. Cool. That works too. Bummer. All right. we bluffed for a turn that we were doing something different, but here it is. I imagine combo decks will be very difficult to beat. This looks like it could be Ad Nauseam Tendrils or the Epic Storm. I'm not sure if the Epic Storm plays Preordain these days. Probably does. Not sure. We're definitely just dead though. Unless they Ad Nauseam to 3, having seen my Lightning Bolt. That's the only out here. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they can basically do whatever they want here. This looks like an Ad Nauseam with 2 mana floating. Unless they have a clean Past in Flames line. And I think they do, yeah. They Past in Flames, Rit, Tutor. Yeah, they got me. I'll concede to Past in Flames because they have the straight line. Yep, alright. Well, most tribal decks lose to Ad Nauseam Tendrils in game 1 anyway, so I'm not going to feel too bad about that. Ad Nauseam does care about its graveyard. It does care about resolving many spells, obviously. That's the whole deck. The rest of these... Red Elemental Blast is a maybe. Like, you can beat up on their cantrips if you don't curve out. I could also put in Crater Maker, which can, like, blowing up a Lion's Eye Diamond before they're ready to use it could mess up their math. So I don't think I need Flicker Wisp in this matchup. I think Aether Vial's probably bad too. Like, I just need to be putting things on the stack and attacking, creating pressure. So is the... I now have more cards coming out than I have coming in. So do I want to leave some number of Aether Vial? Do I want to leave some number of Flicker Wisp, or do I want the Red Blast? Those are the choices here. Lightning Bolt's not great, but it does deal damage, and they're especially if we're attacking the graveyard, then their life total matters a lot because Ad Nauseam is their other way to win. So yeah, I think I'd rather have some Vials still in the deck. It's still a solid turn 1 play. No, I think I want the Red Blast. I'm a little worried that this hand is too reactive, but is what it is. Deck's just not great at beating Storm. Just have to hope they run straight into a Mindbreak trap. I have my Mindbreak trap. It's awkward that I don't have a second land because I don't even want to play this Flamekin Harbinger. I think I have to ship this hand. Okay, I have no sideboard cards, but I think this hand is still better. It does bring the Ruckus. Elemental. Alright, let's get in there. And I actually do have the 1-2 curve here of Thunderkin plus Spark Elemental. Bang. So if they just go off turn 1 with no protection and Mindbreak Trap would have won the game, I'll feel pretty silly, but I just really don't think that hand was going anywhere. The preordain, that's what we like to see. So what I really want to do this turn is draw one of my sideboard cards and attack for 4. Like even like Surgical Extraction could go a long way towards beating this deck. But Mindbreak Trap's obviously great. We could still lose this turn if they have fast mana. They top bottom preordain. Oh, they're thinking about it. Oh. Mindbreak Trap. Bummer. Alright. Elemental on this one as well. Bring the pain. Alright, so this brings back Lightning, or Spark Elemental. I've done 7 damage in 2 turns. That's pretty good, usually. And I'm attacking for 10 next turn. Yeah, if I had a Mindbreak Trap in this hand, or a Surgical, just anything to make a speed bump, I think we could actually win this game. But Ad Nauseam is already not off the table. Like, I guess they could do it right now and hit something good, but if they give me another turn, they don't get to Ad Nauseam. And Thoughtseize is dangerous because that puts a Ball Lightning in the graveyard. They're actually dead if they Thoughtseize me and don't win the game. Because that puts a ball in the graveyard plus the one in my hand. That's 13 damage and they'll be at 11. I'm putting some small pauses after their spells to make it clear that I haven't F6'd. I want them thinking about Mindbreak Trap and Surgical. And if they can't respect it, they can't respect it. But they probably should just go for the win if they have it. I would love to get Thoughtseized here. Just like Thoughtseize past the turn, GG. Uh-oh. Looks like we're dead. And Duress isn't going to do it. Duress somehow better than Thoughtseize because it misses. Alright, this is looking bad. Oh, they had 2 LEDs. Yeah, alright, we're dead. They would have beat Mindbreak Trap too, by the way. If I kept that first bad hand, they still would have just punched through. Yeah, so Burn in Legacy is a combo deck. Burn in some formats is an aggro deck, but in Legacy it's very much a combo deck. Like you're mostly trying to resolve 7 spells over the course of a game rather than resolve 10 spells in a turn, like some combo decks. And in any combo matchup, faster combo is going to be a bad matchup. So that's what we've run into here. This is just a case of combo deck running into faster combo deck. So Storm is 6 right now. Past in Flames is 7. Dark Rituals 8, 9, 10. Yep, they got me. All right. Yeah, they have a clean Past in Flames line. GG's. Next round. I'm on the draw for round 2. I have kept this sweet Aether Vial hand. Uh-oh, is this the mirror match? Simeon Spirit Guide. They have Chalice. Alright, that'll slow me down a little bit. So, leading on Marsh Flats gives me the opportunity to fetch my basic Swamp if they have a turn 2 Blood Moon. And basic Swamp plus 2 Islands cast all my spells except for Flicker Wisp. So maybe I have to fetch Bayou or Savannah. No, Plateau. Third tries the charm. Alright, I'm in trouble. I wish this was a Blood Moon. So do I get my Swamp, or... I think I have to get my Plateau. Like, flickering this Chalice of the Void at some point is going to be pretty important in my plan. Elemental. Let's see if we can race a turn 2 Legion War Boss on the play. I'm not optimistic. But I mean, stranger things have happened. I think I need to flicker the Chalice next turn, Lightning Bolt this War Boss. And then, I don't know, profit. Yeah, them having the turn 1 disruption into turn 2 actual threat. Like, if this was another lock piece or a Blood Moon instead of something that brings the pain, we'd be in much better shape, but it's not. Pyrokinesis out of the board is going to be pretty exciting. Ensnaring Bridge. Yikes. That card is hard to beat. Alright, so I'm gonna Flicker Wisp the Chalice. That will reset it to be on 0 instead of 1, which I don't care about. Yeah, Chalice, or Ensnaring Bridge is a pretty serious magic card against my deck. Flicker Wisp is going to have to save me, because they are never going to have 6 cards in their hand for Ball Lightning to get in. So I will trade off Flicker Wisp with any of these Goblin tokens that attack. Hopefully one of the 2/2s, the 2/2/1 attacks. War Boss is not going to attack unless they can remove Flicker Wisp, but if they can remove Wisp, then Legion War Boss can't attack. Interesting. Alright, so 2 Goblins will be able to attack this turn. Jeez. Alright, I am going to trade with one of them because Flicker Wisp is better in my graveyard than anywhere else. Alright, so I get to do a lot this turn. Cavern on Elemental. Then Aether Vial. Flamekin Harbinger for another Flicker Wisp, I guess. Or do I get Thunderkin? There's nothing that kills their stuff in my deck. I think I need to get Flicker Wisp. I have another one for a Thunderkin in the future, so I don't want them to know that the Thunderkin Awakener is coming though. So I'll put Flicker Wisp on top. And then I will Lightning Bolt one of these goblins. To be determined. Probably the Rabble Master, because that one crunches for the most. And Legion War Boss. Okay, so they want to let these things attack. Lost my coin flip on how to tap Plateau for mana. Alright, bolt that. A Viling and Hellspark Elemental during combat is a good use for that card under Ensnaring Bridge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I take 7 here. Don't think I'm winning, team. I'll trade off with the one I can trade off with. Fiery Confluence just ends the game on the spot. So does Karn. Alright, yeah, I can't win without my Aether Vial. Okay, so some removals coming in. My Abrade, my Crater Maker, my Pyrokinesis. Crater Maker, Abrade. I probably want my Dismembers. There's options on Pithing Needle, but I'm not super excited about it. It's just another thing that gets eaten by Chalice on 1. So, Lightning Bolt's important, Aether Vial's important. I'm not so convinced on Unearth. Flicker Wisp was good. The Flicker Wisp was the only reason I was even playing that game, so kudos there. I like Skelemental. That can clear their hand of stuff. Aether Vial on the play. I'm going to keep all of them in for the play. I might change the number on the draw if there's a game 3. Ball Lightning. Yeah, I think I need my big hasters to deal with Karn. Like pressuring Planeswalkers, Chandra Torch of Defiance is probably also in this deck. Spark Elemental. Yeah, all the haste creatures are good. I think Flamekin Harbinger gets a little worse here. And Wisp is good, but if they have Blood Moon, Wisp can only come in off Aether Vial. And if they have Karn, I can't Aether Vial, so Wisp, I'm gonna use it as a package with Flamekin Harbinger to like find it when I need it. And maybe I don't need all my Dismembers. I don't want to dilute my main plan too much. Alright, that's the deck. Okay. Let's get in there. So I'm gonna search. Do I get in for 3 right away? Do I search for something? No, I think I want to try to hit a land drop before I search for anything. So, yeah, I think I want to Spark Elemental. I do have the whole Ball Lightning curve. Yeah, the little ball lightning with Unearth, big ball lightning, gnarly ball lightning. Then Flamekin Harbinger can reload at the end. They're on a Malta 5 over there, which may or may not mean anything. I'm not sure if I can beat a turn 1 Trinisphere. Elemental. Get Sparky. So a land is the draw I would like the most. Like if they kept a turn 1 Chalice hand, I don't even care. I'm gonna get Badlands with this. Does that make sense? No, I think Plateau makes more sense because Cavern can cast the Skelemental and I boarded out my Unearths. Yeah, so Plateau makes more sense. Now it's land drop or bust. And I can bring back Hellspark Elemental if I need to, if I miss, but I really hope that I don't. If I can connect with this Lightning Skelemental after they mull to 5, that would feel pretty good. Spirit Guide. Alright, Blood Moon is in. So, lands start casting Ball Lightning. So, do I unearth this and get in for 3. Yeah, I think I'd still rather do that than search for the Thunderkin Awakener, because there's not really anything good to awaken. Yeah, I think... Alright, so now if they just gotta avoid Ensnaring Bridge for 2 turns at this point. Ripping my basic swamp would be the nuts. Alright, so this is gonna wish for Ensnaring Bridge, or nothing. Alright, so... Alright, deck, now's the time. Kill Karn. Yes! Boom. Karn plussed to protect himself, but you cannot be protected from the Mighty Balls. Worth noting, if I hit my land drop last turn, they'd be dead this turn instead of just at 11 with no Karn. But now Flamekin Harbinger for Thunderkin Awakener is a real play. Bummer. That makes it a lot worse. But I did board in all my stuff. I don't think there are any elementals I can search for. Oh wait, yep, I can get the Thunderkin Awakener. That gets under Ensnaring Bridge, if they have even 1 card in their hand. So they have to go all the way empty this turn, which is not easy for this deck to do. Mountain, oh, well, unless it's a land in their hand, they can probably get empty right now. Yeah, I really needed them to be stuck on a card in their hand. Okay, so that's probably not how they really wanted to use that, but... Alright, I'm going to put this into play. It exposes it to removal spells, but I don't think that's a big deal. I want it ready to rock. Like, if I draw a Braid, I want to be able to crunch immediately. Oh, great. I'm not sure how we win this game now. That doesn't help. Pretty sure. Oh, wow. This deck needs Ingot Chewer. I blew it. I misbuilt the sideboard. Ingot Chewer should be in the place of the Crater Maker and the Abrade. Yeah, that would be a much better card. Okay. I leaned too hard on the Flicker Wisp, and I'm getting punished by Blood Moon for it. Alright, so they have to make weird plays like that just to not get balled. But Aether Vial, if I draw that, starts working up towards the Flicker Wisp, but Wisp doesn't actually help here because they have 2 bridges. Yeah, I actually don't even know how we win this game. What the heck? I guess there are 3 lightning bolts, or there are 4 lightning bolts in the deck still. So I could just, cast them all. That's one way to win it. Ingot Chewer. I would need many of them. So, drawing all 4 bolts is my out here. They are all still in the deck. I can almost hardcast this Pyrokinesis. Hey. Flicker Wisp, let's get to work. I don't know how, but here we go. So I could line up turns where I have like Crater Maker, double Flicker Wisp or something. Yeah, the second Vial and the the Harbinger in hand could line up a double Flicker Wisp. And now I need to find my Abrade or my Crater Maker. Alright, I'm not going to worry about this yet. I don't need to Pyrokinesis now. These things can't attack anyway. The Rabble Master will never attack, and the Goblin has to attack into my 1/2. And I can just Pyrokinesis these two and the next Goblin pretty easily. Alright. No reason to do anything here. Yikes. Alright, we're gonna die to that. Alright, exile the top card, Trinisphere. That's fine. Yeah, I have so much mana and 2 Aether Vials, they should probably just deal 2 with this instead of cast it. Yep, they agree with that assessment. Alright, so do I vial in this Harbinger, or do I save it for... Alright, I'm gonna vial in Harbinger. Get a second Flicker Wisp. They don't know about the first one yet. And I'm gonna save this Thunderkin. Yes, go up to 2. Yes, go up to 3. Why is this Exile Zone still here? I want that to go away. Alright, here's the Flicker Wisp. And it's just going to hang out for now. If they find Karn, I think we just lose, because I need these Aether Vials to function. And they're drawing 2 cards a turn now with Chandra. Okay, that doesn't matter. She's 2 turns away from ultimate. Ooh, redundant Blood Moon, cool. So they think I'm gonna flicker Blood Moon. Or no, that was from their hand. Okay, never mind. I should probably Pyrokinesis right now while I can. 1, 2, 3, 4. I should have done it before they made this last Goblin. Exile Skelemental. I'll exile Ball Lightning. They haven't seen a Skelemental yet. Okay, so now I need a Harbinger. Alright, no to this one. Yes to this one. Alright, need a Harbinger or a third Flicker Wisp. Alright, Chandra can... This can keep Chandra from going ultimate for a turn, if I'm worried about that. Which I probably am. I should probably cast... Or... I should put in a Lightning Skelemental at some point, just to have it in the graveyard. For my 2 Awakeners to pick up. 3 bridges. I could have beat 2. That's the sick part. Oh no! So I might have to Flicker Wisp, returning or exiling my own Aether Vial to save it. Or am I just on the Oh, they dealt two. They don't respect my Flicker Wisp. That's good news. Alright, Monkey's in play. Alright, Chandra's at 7. That's more than I want. So I'm gonna Violin a Skelemental here. I just want it in play. Or I want it in the graveyard. A Bolt Chandra. That gives up my ability to win the game by bolting them out, but I don't think that's my plan anyway. Okay, so always no and always yield at this point. Oh no! Just misclicked. Now I can't win. Oh my god. I don't think I can win now. I needed that to be on 3. Magic Online, you dirty monster. So I don't think I can actually win now. Yeah, I needed those vials on 3. All of them. How far away were we? Okay, it wasn't happening anyway. That makes me feel a little better. But yeah, you could see the line, though, where this could happen. We actually had 2 ensnaring bridges beat for a long time there, but they needed all 3 of them. Oh yeah, nothing was coming. All right, next round. And I'm on the play with a hand with some lightning bolts in it, so I'm gonna keep it. So I can play around Wasteland a little bit here. There's 1 basic mountain in the deck. Spark Elemental. Like it's 2007. This Bloodstained Mire has to get the Black Source for my Skelemental, so I do need to watch out for that. Stifle would be rough on me here. Any sort of Wasteland or Schadenport would be rough. Alright, Blue to Delta doesn't play those cards. Alright, now I can do what I want. You really don't like passing the turn when you're the Elemental Burn deck. But didn't have a 2-drop. You can still bolt them in the end step. It sucks that Lightning Bolt is such a clean answer to Skelemental. 1 is not very much toughness, it turns out. Please just like cast Hex Drinker or something. Ponder. Cast Ponder. No! Alright, well, it's time to draw Thunderkin Awakener. Alright, Thunderkin Awakener, let's go. That wasn't it. But it wasn't nothing either. In we go. Alright, so they could be also Ad Nauseam Tendrils. I think it's more likely they're a fair deck, but everything we've seen could also be in a Storm deck or a combo deck of some variety. Thunderkin Awakener, again, is insane. Always the best draw. All Lightnings put them to 2 here. They did not shuffle. They shuffled the first Ponder, but not the second. Alright, so they don't know about this Lightning Bolt. Now, any Ball Lightning is lethal. Oh no. Oh well, good thing I drew Bolt. Yeah, the lose 1 life, gain 1 life is actually a problem. Ooh, they want to force that. Oh, wow. Witherbloom Apprentice just naturally draining life is brutal. So I'll fetch here. My deck doesn't have Brainstorm in it. There's no reason to save a fetch land for anything, but there could be reason to... Oh, do they have Stifle? I don't care if they do. Like, that's fine. Alright, cool. Yeah, Apprentice just in a deck full of spells. It's already drained for 3. That's pretty messed up. Alright, I don't think we're winning this. I played a Magecraft combo deck on the channel last week, or 2 weeks ago, but my build was just pure combo. It didn't have a lot of just instants and sorceries. Just this is already done 4, drained 4, gain 4, deal 6, gain 4. Oh, it didn't even attack. Not interested. It's Elemental. Come on now. All right, here is the problem with all sort of burn or aggro decks. I mean, if they survive, you're in trouble. Also, the Ball Lightning card, the archetype itself is kind of loose because all of your aggro threats kill themselves at the end of the turn, which is not true of most aggro decks, believe it or not. What do we got? Run a lot of lands here. And they've gained life well out of ball range. Alright, I have nothing. I'm just messing with them. What if I Violed in Spark Elemental there and 8 there, Apprentice? That would have been great. This is too many lands. You ideally want like 3 lands over a course of a game with this deck, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have only 1 less land than the cantrip fueled blue deck. Oh wow. Now every spell drain 2, gain 2. Yeah, that's messed up. I like this build. I've seen like combo builds of the Witherbloom decks, but I assume Chain of Smog is in here, but they might only have 1 or 2, and otherwise it's just this, drain spell. Alright, I'm gonna concede this game. I can't win it. It's not happening. Like, their hand at this point is gotta be just answers to stuff. That's way too many lands. So, Red Blast, is that important? Mind Break Trap? No. Abrade seems good. Crater Maker's good. And I don't think I care about Red Blast. Like, I could get Stifled, but, I mean, whatever. I don't think Flicker Wisp is super important to this matchup. Yeah, this is just going to be a small sideboard. And try to execute my plan. Alright, that's an easy keep. Alright, Aether Vial's in. We're over the first hump. If they Thought Seize me... Alright, I was just going to say, if they Thought Seize me, they have to take Thunderkin Awakener, because if they take one of the larger elementals, it just comes back immediately. Cavern would be a great draw. This hand is pretty set up to actually play. He did not shuffle. Yes. Unearth. I'll probably cycle that. Like, hitting my land drop is pretty important here. And I don't want to play this because I don't want to expose it to daze. I can Violet in next turn anyway. I'm going to cycle Unearth before I activate Vile. I'm going to activate Vile just because they have Stifle in their deck. I don't want them... If I only activate Vile when I actually have something to put in, then they're going to know when they need to Stifle it. They could also Stifle this cycling so I don't get a draw. Alright, come on, Cavern of Souls. Wasn't it? Hellspark Elemental, let's go. So I'm casting this one because if they counter or kill it, I can bring in my Awakener. Alright, so now Thunderkin actually has something to do. I will Violet in the end step, even though I'm not super stoked about it. Like, I don't like just hanging it out in front of removal, but at this point, I'm like, this deck doesn't get to like play super tricky. There's a limit to what this deck offers as far as trickiness, but knowing how and when to activate Aether Vial is one of them. They chose to shuffle. Maybe they'll miss their land drop. Nope. They wouldn't let me be so lucky. So they probably have removal at this point. I'd be surprised if they don't. Well, I wonder if they have 2 removal spells, though, because the Skelemental's coming. Alright, Cavern of Souls. Alright. I'm gonna move into the beginning of combat, then Aether Vial. Alright, so they probably have Fatal Push for the Skelemental. Or Abrupt Decay. Or not. I guess they could still do it. Alright, Abrupt Decay my Skelemental. That's fine, it'll be back next turn. I'm gonna Harbinger for another Awakener. At this point, I'm just pushing for the max. And I have Lightning Bolt for their combo. Maybe I should have left up red so I have Double Bolt for their combo. Because if they can Witherbloom Apprentice, Chain of Smog with Force backup, they win. But they would have needed 2 forces if I have Lightning Bolt. Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to leave up Double Bolt. Blew it. Oh, I can make them discard their whole hand. And they get to drain some amount of... Alright, yeah, so I'll just make them discard their hand. And then bolt the third one. So that's fine. They can gain 3 life, but it breaks up their combo. Okay, they did have Flusterstorm. And if they point the last Chain of Smog at me, that puts Ball Lightning in my graveyard for the Thunderkin to pick up. Nice. Alright. We're on the board. Won a game. That actually would have been brutal if I did bolt it and they Flusterstorm because they trigger their Apprentice for each copy of Flusterstorm. Wow. Their deck is sweet. I like that build of it. Okay, so Pyrokinesis, do I want that? That is a 0-mana way to interact with their combo. Maybe I need to respect the combo a little more. And I actually think that Flicker Wisp should just be out. Just be mono red here, because I don't think they're gonna have like a sticky permanent I need to worry about. I think they're gonna just try to combo me or control me. Yeah, that's a huge knock against the Smog combo. The fact that you can go off with force backup and then still lose because you discard your force two Smogs in. Yeah, that's not great. I'm going to keep this triple Aether Vial hand. We've seen Stifle out of them, but I don't have a fetch land. We haven't seen Wasteland. Yeah, Thoughtseize wouldn't have mattered there because I have 3 of the card I care about. If they boarded into Null Rod, we're in trouble. But if they didn't, we're good. Aether Vial. Alright, fired off a Force of Will. Oh no! Whatever will I do? I would very much like to draw a land. So I could play double Vial. Or Vial for and Harbinger. I would definitely double Vial. Bummer. Alright. Okay. We're in there. Kinda. This gives me another 1-drop to Violin also. They also missed a land drop. They shuffled their Ponder, missed a land drop. Aggressively force pitching Stifle. So they topped. I assume they have their whole combo in their hand. Or else why do you keep a 1-lander? Land. Alright, found a land. I'm gonna play the second Vial. And yeah, let's get some damage in. This puts an elemental in the graveyard too if I want to Harbinger for Thunderkin next turn. I'm not going to fetch now. I'll fetch on their turn. I want them to spend the mana on their turn if they want to stifle me. Uh-oh. Are we dead? If they have like Dark Ritual, we could just lose here. Alright, they don't have any green mana. Oh, you're a Doomsday deck now. That's fun. Cool. Alright. Wasn't ready for that. Doomsday puts them to 7 life. So, is there anything I could string together? No, if I had my 3rd land, I could deal 7. But I need to draw the 3rd land. So, like, if I Harbinger for... Thunderkin, like, I can activate... I can stack... In my upkeep, I can Vial in Harbinger, put Thunderkin on top, Vial in Thunderkin, and that would deal 4. But I can't get these lightnings into play. Like, if I had my 3rd land, I could cast lightning and Vial that in and get in for 1 million. But that's not the case. Wonder if I can trick them into losing 1 life somehow. I don't know how that would happen, though. I guess I could... Nope. Every line that I have involves drawing a card. Yeah, I'm just a little bit pinched here. They also might just win this turn. That's a real possibility. Okay, it looks like they do, in fact, have it all this turn. Yeah, so they go LED, Street Wraith, or Lotus Petal, Street Wraith. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, dumpstered by another combo deck. Blue Elemental Blast would have won that game, by the way. Or Red Elemental Blast. Alright. Next round. Alright, so I've kept this hand on the draw. It's got some spells in it. 2 lands, some stuff to do. No Aether Vial, no Cavern. But we got some draw steps. I'm just gonna bolt that. Nothing good comes from Noble Hierarch. And Hierarch decks pretty frequently have Wasteland in them, because when you jump ahead on mana, it doesn't hurt you so bad to go down a land wasting. Now we'll find out if they're Infect and I wasted my Bolt, or if they are some sort of blue-green mid-range deck where the Bolt was probably pretty reasonable. Another Hierarch, sure. Alright, let's bring the ruckus. Elspark, Elemental. I don't think Aaron was even born yet when this card was good. I'm actually not even sure if this card was ever good, but it was certainly in decks for a while. Oh god, they are a Wasteland deck. Well, that'll do, team. And they are Infect. Okay. I need another land immediately. Bummer. I wish there was a elemental that was a land. Like Flamekin Harbinger tutoring for a land would have come up a few times now. Pyrokinesis is going to be great in this matchup, though. Let's get ready. Finding Cavern of Souls would be a huge deal if we even get another turn. The Blighted Agent is serious business. And what do they got? Another Hierarch, a Glistener Elf, just nothing. We're back in business. We are not winning the race against this Blighted Agent right now, but it's hard to win a race against Blighted Agent. Ooh, that was worth a Force of Will. That's some respect. Alright, well. So, they're at 14 life. I go to 4 poison this turn and I get 3 more draw steps. If next turn I draw Cavern, in for 6, you're at 8. I go to 6 poison. Oh, nope, too late. That'll do. Yeah, I need to draw a Lightning Bolt right now, just to remove the Blighted Agent from play. I did draw the Cavern. So I have one out here, I guess, which is cycling for Lightning Bolt. Alright, didn't hit it. Okay, we're dead. So it's time to board in all our removal again. Alright, now I know they're Infect. I won't waste my Lightning Bolt on Noble Hierarch. Pithing Needle's pretty great here. Or Pyrokinesis. Pithing Needle is medium. I can name Inkmoth Nexus, which could save some pain. But I think overloading on removal spells does a lot of the same thing. Flicker Wisp is a flying blocker, but it's also pretty hard to get into play. It's also a removal spell that I can violin, so maybe that's actually pretty good. Maybe it's a Hellspark Elemental. That's mediocre. And Flicker Wisp can come back in. Unearth is a maybe. I'm just gonna trim on the less explosive elementals here. I do want to keep my curve kind of intact. So, all right, here's what I'm doing. This is the type of deck we can beat if we just overload their ability to win the game. We can actually just nickel and dime with whatever's left. I have 4, 8, I have 10 spot removal spells in the deck now. Keep. There's no removal in this hand, but there is an Aether Vial. And I do have a game plan I need to execute. Even though that Wasteland last game was really good, they're not really a Wasteland deck. They usually play like 1 or 2. And that's usually so they can crop rotation for it if they need to remove something like Glacial Chasm or Maze of Ith. Though, obviously, like we saw last game, Wasteland is still in the deck, even if they're not a Wasteland deck. And it can still get me. But the Aether Vial, if they want to spend a turn wasting me instead of developing their board, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay. So I can Violin Harbinger and cycle Unearth to get an elemental in my hand immediately. Or I can cycle Unearth, see if I find the land, and then that will affect how I Harbinge. Yeah, I think I want to cycle first, see if I hit the land, because that's more important. I have elementals in my hand. I'm not short on 3-drops. I'm short on ways to use 3-drops. Having the Harbinger in play to block with, though, could end up being important. There's the Nexus. And Rest in Peace. Alright, now I'm definitely cycling Unearth. Good thing that's a cycle card. Alright, I do not want to Violin my Harbinger because I just really need to draw lands here. Yes, Cavern of Souls. Come on! Alright, I will Vial in this. Attack for 2. And leave my red mana up. Yeah, I'll leave up my mana. I'm representing removal here, and I think that's more valuable than harbinging for a card I can't play. Next turn, the Flicker Wisp gets online, and that's a huge deal for saving me time if I don't get dumpstered right now by this Ink Moth. But I think they'll play a little careful because I have all this open mana. Of Mardu colors, which are the colors of removal. Like red, black, and white are the removal colors. Okay. We've transitioned into Vial on 3. Flicker Wisp is live. Very interested in Cavern of Souls there. Still didn't find it, but what are you going to do? And I'm not in a position to... Okay, here's what I'm going to do. If they attack with Ink Moth again, I'm not going to flicker it. I will let them attack. And if they pump it, I'll flicker it. If they don't make lethal, I'll vial in Lightning Skelemental in their end step, so it's still around to attack on my turn. Invigorate makes 6. Well, if they have the protection, I lose. Yeah, so like Stifle or Vines both win the game here. And blocking wouldn't have helped because Berserk gives trample. Yeah, I needed the Lightning Bolt too. Alright, dumpstered by another combo deck. Good times. Yeah, the Moto Leagues are full of combo decks because those are the type of decks that you can get 5 matches in real quick and be on to your next league. So playing a deck like this is always a risk in this metagame where everyone's trying to go fast. And on the draw for the final round, I have an extremely stable hand with nothing to really punch with. I'm going to keep it. On the draw, I'll give it a shot. When you're playing decks without Brainstorm and Ponder, wow, do you feel what your opening hand is capable of. But I love Ponder so much. We're going to get Chaliced or Blood Moon. Alright, that's actually fine. That's way better than Chalice. But the bad news is we're playing against this deck again. Good news is we had the Aether Vial, and we're also mostly a mono red deck. Let's see if they have a follow-up creature. Oh, Chalice. A little late. I'm already ahead of that. And this is the kind of game we can win. Their prison elements did not line up well. Oh yeah. Bring the pain. Alright, and now my Thunderkin Awakener has something to pick up. My opponent's over there like, oh my god, this Blood Moon. They spent a Spirit Guide on this Blood Moon. Alright, let's draw a Ball Lightning. Actual Ball Lightning, please. Not the other one. It's fine. That one will be in play next turn. And every turn after that. Finally, doing something. Let's see if they also have Ensnaring Bridges in their deck. And they missed their land drop last turn, that's a big deal. And their own Blood Moon will stop cards like Ancient Tomb from making 2 mana. Then whatever they cast this turn, they'll be Hellbent from my Skelemental. After that. Do these goblins have to attack? Yes, okay. It's its first day, it has to fight. Alright, so I can Vial in Skelemental and just unearth Hellspark. And that protects my Thunderkin. And I can Skelemental them for the rest of the game. 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Alright, so now they're Hellbent. And oh wow. This card is Trample. What are you doing? No, no, no. Okay, now we definitely win. Yeah, they definitely had a chance to do better than that. So they're dead to my Trample next turn. They need to remove Thunderkin Awakener right now to not die this turn. Okay. That I don't care about. I get to eat one of the goblins. The other has to attack. They are gonna take 5 damage next turn. And there's a forced block on the Skelemental because it's lethal. Yeah, they're going to 1. If I find another lightning, they're dead. Alright, I did not find another lightning, but they're still in trouble. Alright. We got one. On the board again. Alright, taking game 1 off of that deck feels pretty good. So Pyrokinesis, Crater Maker, and a Braid come in. And I think the Unearths can come out. And a Spark Elemental. And that's not great on the draw against Chalice. So this looks reasonable to me. They showed us Pia and Kieran, so this is like the aggro creature build of Red Prison. But they're gonna be able to make better choices now. We definitely got the Brewers advantage there, where they kept a hand that was all in on Blood Moon plus Chalice, and we had our deck barely cares about Blood Moon, and we had Chalice beat with the Aether Vial. Honestly, if they had gone Chalice on 1, then Blood Moon, I think they would have won that game pretty easily. But that's the Red Prison life. You gotta pick. Right, this hand is soft to Chalice, but I am going to keep it. If they don't have Chalice, the Aether Vial is going to rip it up. And even if they do, I can get up to Ball Lightning. Alright, looks like they have the Chalice. It's fine. I have my Flicker Wisp. I play Cavern of Souls in my deck. Skelemental is here. Yeah, so finding Cavern will be a big deal. Finding a Braid will be a big deal. Getting my Flicker Wisp on the stack is a big deal. Uh-oh. Create 2 humans. How do you flip this? Oh, you don't. This is a merge. Okay, never mind. Alright, look who made it. Elemental. And do I want to spark them? I think I do. What am I searching for with... Actually, I could get Flamekin Harbinger in. Search for... No, I want to spark them because I want to draw another white source for Flicker Wisp. And they are tapping Ancient Tomb for mana over there, so these haste monsters are not nothing. 2 humans that are attacked and attacking. Yeah, alright. So them being on the play and stunting my first turn, I think will get them ahead of this race. Alright, so black, red, red. Let's get that hand empty. Or lower, at least. Oh no, they have a spell. Oh god, stomp. Alright, yeah, I can't win from there. I needed all my Ball Lightnings to connect. Yep, stomp is really good. I've seen that card a lot in Legacy lately. It's not a card that was played a lot before, but it's been showing up, and it's been really good. And I think the Dismembers... I think I do want all of my removal against these decks. Like this particular build of the deck anyway, now that I've seen that they not only have all the normal stuff, but they also have Bone Crusher Giant and Handwear Garrison. That's a lot of creatures to answer. I think Spark Elemental is just the worst card by a lot. I could cut an Aether Vial. Yeah, that's fine. It's a pretty bad top deck, but I do want to try to see one in the opening hand, so that's fine. I like it. They probably boarded out their Blood Moons. Alright, well, Aether Vial's got to do the job here. They kept 7. Don't like that. So I want to draw some lands, but I do have a reasonable amount of pressure. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. I have 15, 18, 21 damage. There's 21 damage in my hand. Let's see if I can get it to connect with my opponent's face in a timely manner. Yes. All right, found the land. So I want to Spark Elemental them. And also Hellspark Elemental them. Just get in for 6 right now. If they have turn 2 Chalice, if they kept a hand that just like goes like Mountain, Chalice, and they get to lock out these 2 Lightning Bolts, I'm gonna wish I had used them differently. But I don't think they would keep a hand that does that. I think it's more likely they have a 3-drop creature this turn. Oh, maybe it is Mountain, Chalice, but like I kind of hope not, because I played like they kept an explosive hand, but if they just don't explode and play fair and square, I'm in some trouble. I can still get in for 6 this turn, like Violin the Hellspark and Unearth the other one. Or, yeah, Unearth, that is what it is. Okay, this looks like a Stomp. If they don't Chalice, then they have Stomp. Alright, so I'm gonna put in the Hellspark from hand, but I'm not gonna cast my bolts. Or I'm gonna leave up my bolts. I'm kind of okay playing into Stomp here. Oh wow, they didn't have it. I am surprised by that, genuinely. So if they have like Pia and Kieran, or maybe Karn, I don't know, what hand do you keep in mono red that doesn't do anything for 2 turns? I'm just really confused here. I think I'm gonna just double bolt them in the end step if they don't do anything. Oh, I love that Ancient Tomb. Tap it. Maybe, yeah, I think I do have to double bolt them because I want to use my mana to escape Hellspark, or Unearth Hellspark. Unearth, that's what it is. I keep making up random keyword names for that. This Ancient Tomb is trouble. I bet they wish that was something else. So they tap this, they go to 9. I bolt them to 3. Then I Unearth Hellspark and remove a blocker with Flicker Wisp. They better have something good here. Like, Chandra doesn't do it. Karn doesn't do it because I can ignore Karn and just bolt Unearth. I guess Karn can wish for Tormod's Crypt, and that would break up that line. I'm not sure I'm worried about... Well, Karn turning off Aether Vial is a huge problem. Fire Confluence destroying my artifact. Okay, they're dead. I think we did it, team. Unless they also have Tormod's Crypt. Chrome Mox. Exiling, Shatter Skull Smashing, okay. What you doing with that? Alright, straight to the dome. Upstairs. Upstairs. Hellspark Elemental? Do they have a... Oh. I'm not going to give them the satisfaction of knowing I had a third bolt. I want them to die to Hellspark Elemental. If they have Lightning Bolt, this was bad. But, I mean, they're still going to have to tap Ancient Tomb to play any more cards this game. Oh, they exiled a Spirit Guide to stomp this? Alright, not bad. You got me. So, I have the Bolt. Let's just hope that they don't play Chalice of the Void this turn. Like, they'll probably play Bone Crusher and block my Hellspark. If I draw a land, I get to just mess with them. Alright. Okay, Hellspark Elemental, still not good enough. But Lightning Bolt is a good card. Lightning Bolt stands the test of time. My opponent is tilting. Bro, I was 0-4. Let me have this. Alright. So, this deck, I think that the Flamekin Harbinger, like, this deck is kind of confused with itself. Like, Flamekin Harbinger is a 1-mana 1/1 that does not generate card advantage or deal damage in a meaningful way. And otherwise, this deck is a burn deck. Like, I can see situations, we were actually in a couple of them, where, like, you would want to use Harbinger to find Flicker Wisp to push in your burn spells. But at the same time, if the Harbinger was just a burn spell, we wouldn't need to do all that. So, like, it's possible that Flamekin Harbinger and Flicker Wisp should just be, like, actual burn spells, just like Lava Spikes or, you know, Bump in the Night, we are a black deck, I don't know. It's off theme, but the deck gets better. The aggro deck, all of its creatures dying right away, like, by playing Spark Elemental, you're basically opening your Lava Spike up to removal spells. And the point of playing a combo deck is that you blank their removal spells and you get virtual card advantage that way. So this deck has some fundamental problems with it. It's like built in a way that turns on opponents' cards that would be dead against traditional burn. And it's trying to play an elemental game with the Harbinger that doesn't lend itself to being a burn deck. So kind of being pulled in two different directions here. I would cut the Harbingers and Flicker Wisps for actual just like Lava Spike kind of stuff if I wanted to be a burn deck. Or I would diversify the package that Flamekin Harbinger can get and replace some number of Spark and Hellspark elementals with other elementals. Just something else that has interesting text. There's a lot of sweet elementals out there that could be worth trying. Like put a Spite Bellows in the deck. Maybe a Smoke Braider for those games where you're just desperate for mana. I don't know. Like it starts to get pulled out of this sleek burn deck if you do that, but I think you're going to win more matches. So it depends on what your goals are in the game. The sideboard should definitely have Ingot Chewers in it, probably 2 or 3 of them. Just that card is way better than Goblin Crater Maker and a Braid for this deck. Like there were definitely games where we could have tutored for Ingot Chewer. And that ties into what I was saying, where the deck's just not built to really use Flamekin Harbinger in a powerful way. And this is an extremely powerful card. It's Vampiric Tutor, and Vampiric Tutor is banned in Legacy. So, but if you can only Vampiric Tutor for like a 6/1 haste and not like other toolbox things, that doesn't help you in situations where a 6/1 haste isn't good. So that's my feedback for this deck. Thank you for submitting it. And Aaron, I hope you enjoyed the video, and good luck out there. Everyone, thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.